What in the heck? Late last night, somebody apparently posted a bunch of Dragon Age Dreadwolf gameplay onto the internet, including item screens and combat, and I've decided to look at it. But what I find interesting is it does feel like when it comes to this leak, it is simply massive, and people seem to be divided on it. It does feel like half of the internet that likes to look at leaks thinks the game looks like utter garbage. I've seen people saying it looks like a mobile game, or the fact that it looks like it's just trying to copy God of War, whereas the other half of the internet seems to be deeply impressed. But today, I want to talk about that. What's up, gamers? DreamcastGuy here. Hi, hope you're having a great day. If you could like this video and subscribe if you haven't already. So we are over here on comicbook.com. Now, technically, everything in this article is carefully edited. I'm trying not to show you the actual leaks because apparently they're deleting videos, they are deleting websites, they are deleting tweets. Right now, they are getting incredibly lawsuit happy talking about this because the leaks are pretty significant. It does feel like there is a ton of curiosity from the internet about what Dragon Age Dreadwolf is going to turn into because Dragon Age Inquisition was fantastic. Dragon Age Inquisition was big, it was crazy, it was very, very action-packed. But also, this is being created by BioWare. BioWare is famous for Dragon Age, making games like Jade Empire, Knights of the Old Republic, but also, we can't forget that their last game was technically Mass Effect Andromeda. Now, let's face it, this game sucks. It is a very special kind of wet dumpster fire that smells incredibly bad. But this new bit of gameplay, in my opinion, looks kind of decent. So what's been going on is there's been a bit of an arms race where all the biggest leakers have all been sort of teasing the idea of this Dragon Age leak. And suddenly, one of the testers of the game itself just started basically dropping the info on Reddit last night, saying that he has about 20 minutes of gameplay involving a segment and dungeon. The entire gameplay is set within the Grey Warden fortress. That's what the location text literally says. Now, the gameplay is alpha, so there isn't a whole lot of detail. There are missing textures and stuff. The skybox looks weird, but it's definitely deep into development. Now, I looked at the leaks. Personally, I'm a little bit confused. I'll be honest, I'm a bit weirded out by the way that the game looks. Before I even look at the rest of his post, I want to take a look at a specific thing, which is that a lot of people seem to be a bit heartbroken. This is Mr. Matty, who does play a lot of RPGs. He is a very hardcore RPG aficionado, specifically the Fallout franchise. So he definitely likes those action role-playing games, which Dragon Age is, and he has not been impressed by it. But here's another take I saw that was incredibly negative. Now, I'm having to put a big censor block here on the screen, but a gentleman here is posting Dragon Age Dreadwolf screenshots and videos, including the inventory system, and Michael, Legacy Killer HD, says, the Dragon Age game that leaked, I don't know how to feel about the gameplay. The fact that I'm getting a mobile game vibe is not a good thing. But with that UI, it looks like the identical setup to almost every AAA game the last few years. Uninspired, to say the least, meh. This is a very harsh criticism to the game itself. He goes on to say that he just feels like it doesn't really appear to be that impressive. It's just kind of a whatever project. Now, he does make a great example here. The freaking menu screen that they leaked looks identical to this. I'll be honest, inside this wall of current AAA inventory character management screens, they could put that leak and you wouldn't even notice. It is so identical. It looks like when it comes to upgrading your gear, it's going to be the same exact thing of like, hey, here's your character, here's your couple items, figure it out. Okay, so going back to the article here, this is the playtester data about how the game is actually going to look and play whenever we pick up the controller. It seems like the game may in fact be coming out this year. Combat is completely in real time, similar to a hack and slash. I'm told that they've been referencing God of War 2018, and that shows. player has a regular attack combo and then their abilities, as well as a special bar which regenerates, allowing you to pull off a special move. I don't really understand the comparisons to the Final Fantasy 15 wheel. It's a standard Dragon Age ability wheel. So in the gameplay itself, let me grab a controller for example, it looks like whenever you're opening up your menus, you have a chance to like slow down time and then pick a particular skill. A lot of games do this, but definitely Final Fantasy 15 did this to switch between your different holy weapons, so you would actually equip a heavy two-hander, tiny fast blade, all simultaneously. It does feel like Dragon Age is trying to give you a lot of options, because it definitely looks like it's going to be very combat heavy. There was no party control demonstrated in the gameplay. I think it's a safe bet to say you will not be able to directly control your party members in the game. That said, you'll likely be able to tell them to execute certain abilities, but apparently that was locked off in the alpha. Now this is the biggest complaint. Oh my gosh, what just happened? Oh god, I clicked it. Oh god. Okay. This seems to be the biggest complaint by far for the nature of this leak. Is in the previous Dragon Age games, what got people the most excited is the fact that it was a role-playing game. In all of the other Dragon Age games, since the very start, Dragon Age Origins, it was cool to actually manually tell your units what to do, commanding them where to move, what to actions to actually take out. So it made it where you could be incredibly strategic, especially in some of the tougher fights. The fact that they're removing this does feel like a very drastic departure from classic Dragon Quest, especially because apparently from the gameplay I saw, it looked identical to God of War. I mean, it's straight up, it was a little more zoomed out, but it had that like slight over the shoulder action, having all your abilities on the sidebar, and then making it where you had like a hard slash, a fast slash, and then holding R2 would actually activate your weapon abilities. It just seems weird because Dragon Age is very fantastic and God of War is definitely fantastic, but just trying to copy Sony Santa Monica homework is a very specific and bizarre choice. But let me go to this. The most immediate thing you'll notice is that the animation quality has drastically improved. Like any other AAA title, it's probably not a big deal, but we've never seen animation quality this good in any BioWare game. I didn't actually play it, but I can tell it probably feels really good to control your character. No more stiff animations, it's very fluid, and seems very responsive. Now, from the gameplay I've seen, this is absolutely true. The monsters were great. The lighting was fantastic. The graphics, they were a little bit jank at times, but it is nice to see a fully big budget game being done by BioWare. A lot of times BioWare was like big ideas, tiny development team. It definitely seems like Electronic Arts is giving him maybe those B team, those supplemental studios to help them make sure that the game looks fantastic along with playing fantastic. Jumping has been retained. You'll rejoice in jumping a lot. Yay, great. As the character has a sword and shield, he was able to parry attacks from the enemies and follow up with counters. It's hard to tell their exact abilities. They only had 2 hotkeys along with a special, but one appears to be basically a drop kick and the other a charged sword attack. I'm not sure exactly what that special does. The UI is similar to Dragon Age Inquisition, but this is also alpha, and UI is the last thing finalized in any game. This is pretty great. There is a bunch of rumors that it actually could be coming out like early next year. It's probably safe to say the game won't release this year, but maybe we'll get a short marketing cycle and a release this holiday season. I'm very, very excited about it. It does seem like there is a lot of concern about this, but I'll be honest, I am seeing a lot of excitement as well. This is the original tweet I saw by Okami Games, and a lot of the replies are like, hey, it plays like a hack and slash. Thank you, EA, for destroying what made the game great. Wow. What's the point of a Dragon Age game if you can't control the party? Might as well be a new IP. Doesn't really sound like Dragon Age. Wow. That's exactly what Dragon Age fans want. A game that isn't like Dragon Age. Holy heck, everybody is so mad. A hack and slash. Look at the anger. Combat inspired by God of War 2018. No direct party control. What is this crap? No party control. So here's one positive one. But look, people posting the, hey, yo, what the heck? Man, it's plays like a hack and slash. It's interesting to watch. Honestly, people are pissed. People are straight up mad about what they're trying to do to Dragon Age Dreadwolf. But how do you feel about it? Are you excited for these changes? Are you curious to see the direction that the final game will take? Or does this seem like a big fat L? Tell me your thoughts in the comments down below. And if you enjoyed this video, give it a big old thumbs up, share with your friends, and subscribe if you haven't already. And please keep dreaming. All right, I have to literally edit this video and then go watch a baby get baptized. I've never seen that. I assume they're about to dump them in milk or water. How does religion work? I don't know how religion works.